We've had quite a few calls and emails about HSBC's 2013 results, and we've also had a couple of people ask us about what consensus means when we're looking at analyst figures. So I've combined the two into this little video on HSBC and consensus earnings. Now, an analyst will use his model or her model and their skills and ability, their intuition to forecast lots of different items. There may be P&L items, cash flow, a balance sheet item, whatever, but we're going to look at earnings per share. Now, next year's EPS, which is a forecast, we call EPS 1, and the year after that, EPS 2. We don't tend to, as analysts, do a 3 or a 4 or a 5. It's too far ahead. We'll do that if we do DCFs, which is something we cover in other modules. But for EPS, for the forecast of earnings per share in the future, we just give out normally the next 2 years. Now, what we can do is get all the forecasts that are out there for the same company, aggregate them, and find an average. And in this way, we get a feel for what the whole market thinks. We've got, if you like, we're capturing the market sentiment in one figure. We may, as we look at all the analysts that are covering this, we can exclude some of the outliers, EPS estimates that are very high or very low. And occasionally we exclude analysts that we don't think highly of, but that's another matter. Now, this method is only going to work if you've got a few analysts covering the equity. If you've got one or two, forget it; it's a waste of time. Now, let's take a look at the consensus EPS at HSBC, which was taken, I think, about 3 or 4 days before the results came out. Dow Jones polled 8 different analysts who are covering HSBC. They got an average estimate of 92 cents per share, okay, in terms of EPS, and the spread was as high as 96 cents and as low as 88. Now, the first thing you need to realise is the actual result was 84 cents, which compared to the prior year is a massive leap. This is really good. It's gone, earnings per share for the whole of 2013 have gone up from $0.74 to $0.84. So that rise of 10 cents works out at 14%. And your first thought may be, well, this is great news. The stock's going to boom. The price must go up because earnings, which normally really drive a share price, have grown so quickly. But, and this is a huge but, the expectations weren't met. The actual 84 cents was 9% below the consensus estimate. So even though the bank did well, it didn't do as well as people thought. So one way to interpret this is that the market was thinking that the earnings were going to come in at 92 cents and had priced the stock accordingly. Because the earnings were below the consensus, what the market expected, the stock price went down.